Hi guys, welcome back. Lions 71, Sharks 31, the Sharks Mk2 31. What a great game. Can't take your eyes off this tour. Loads of points being scored. Now in the end, sure the Sharks were maybe a bit outclassed. Also losing a player really didn't help them. And at halftime, this game was equal. It was, really balanced. The Lions, being a little bit sloppy or a lot sloppy in some of their skills. Some lightning quick, taking advantage of that from the Sharks. It led to a really close halftime score. And also stick around tomorrow. I'll be back with not only my breakdown of the players' ratings, but also my first stab at a test team. Because the way I think it's going to go is what Gatland thinks is his test team will play on the Saturday against the Stormers, and then the rest will play against South Africa A, because now's the time to do it. There isn't any other chance to put out your best team and also give that team a week's rest to do it. So I'm going to be back with my test team, Mark 1 if you like, and also who I think is going to play in that midweek game and the ratings from this game. So let's get into it. Lions 71, Sharks 31. Starts off straight away with a 5-metre maul for the Lions. But the Sharks do really well. Push it to the touchline, get a turnover. And the Lions maul, which has been an issue, starts an issue. It gets a lot better in this game. It starts as a problem. But it's only a minute later that we get the first try on the board. Sensational counter-attack from the Lions off a kick. It was so good, as they highlighted on Sky Sports. It's the work from the players not receiving the ball. So Watson receives the ball from the kick. Everyone zoomed back to get in position for a perfect counter-attack. 2 long passes, Watson-Williams. Van der Merwe spots the gap, races through. Great offload to Harris, good try. So that's top work on the counter-attack. The Lions get in some good defence, and we've seen the theme here is they are tackling a lot lower than we normally see in internationals, which is great. Actually harshly penalised, but the Sharks have a good maul but wasteful cross-field kick, and Watson shows what altitude does. He kicks the ball 90 metres down the pitch, goes into the dead ball zone. Anyway, then we get the first of the Lions' big mistakes, and there were a lot of mistakes in this game. Daly goes to pull the trigger on a big pass to the right, drops the ball, nightmare, sharp swoop on it, and my goodness me, their outside backs are lightning. Volmic goes herring away, 7-all. And then more pace from the Sharks leads to a try to the absolute speedster Abrahams. South African team starting to step up here. Top jackal work, penalty, good phases, kick through. Abraham scores. They go ahead. Great for the tour. So 7-12. Then we get the Lions coming back into the game. They're getting on the right side of the scrum with the ref, and we're not completely dominant in the scrum to start with, but certainly getting the penalties out of it. 5-metre line out. A nice patient build up to the maul now. Slowly edge it forward. George flops over for the first of his 2 tries, so that's 12-all. But, then the Sharks come back with a try of their own. The Lions are building nicely, but Davis throws a nasty interception pass from scrum half. Hendrickson scores. That's 12-19 to the Sharks. So it's an exciting game for sure. Lions' mistakes are bringing the Sharks into the game, but they're taking advantage of it. Bigger comes back though, spots a nice hole, clever little basketball pass over the top, and then good hands, frees Van der Merwe. Can't stop scoring, of course. 19-all. Van der Merwe is just a monster in attack. Goes through so much work, beats so many defenders. If the selection was purely on attack, that he would be in, one of the wingers in for sure, but it's not all on attack, so we'll see how that goes. But goodness me, he's so dangerous. But, more errors. This time it was Van der Merwe and Harris making an error. Bad missed penalty actually from the Sharks there. Could have gone ahead again. The Lions at this point, I'm saying they need to slow down the ball. I wrote down they need to slow down the ball, get some more control. And indeed, after this point, they do start to do that. And in the second half, they start to do that. Not that I heard what I was saying to them, but I had actually, believe me or not, written that down to start with. And they did actually do it. About half an hour into the game, I'd written down the Lions do need to slow it down at times. No, they're trying to play wide, trying to play the Hollywood style that they've been playing, but they haven't got the accuracy. They've got to build back into the game. And to be fair, they do go on and do it. But it's another error that gets punished. Bigger this time forces a nasty pass wide, goes to deck. Abraham swoops, so quick to get away from the first defender. Inside to Volmic, another try. They're ahead, but they can't keep the lead because the Lions actually do what I'd suggested there. Slow it down, go tight, one out runners, and then it's a nice big gap appears for Byrne, who waltzes through, and it's a draw at half time. So super exciting game, finely balanced. Now the Lions start the second half much more tactical, controlled, using the kicks, using the one-out runners, and they actually gain loads of ground up to the 22, but it's another of their errors, Van der Merwe this time, and they lose all their ground. But then the moment of madness, I think the Sharks would have lost this game anyway, but certainly this red card to Hendricks kills the game completely, and it's a deliberate elbow. It doesn't really hurt him as such, but it's just a deliberate elbow to the neck. So unnecessary, so obvious as well. So red card, and the Sharks are pretty much done at this point, to be fair. Though, he's got a lot to answer for, poor lad. So 46 minutes, the Lions persist in playing the tight game first, then opening up much better. Penalty, 5-metre line out. Sub actually at this point, Murray comes on very early. I'm wondering if that's just to get him a game, or maybe he didn't like Gareth Davis. Gareth Davis has had the early hook before in games. Let me know what you think there. But another very patient Maul. More good tight work, and it's Conan spots a nice gap blind, dives in to score. Good skill game from Conan. He knows how to play rugby, Conan does. Tidy hands, spots the gap, like him a lot. Anyway, it's much better from the Lions now. Helps being an extra man up. They run the ball through the phases, go full 80 from a kick-off return, and it's a lovely finish try from Daly. Shows a good pair of wheels to finish out wide. And to be honest, that's 38-26. To be fair, Daly had his big error at the beginning. Apart from that error, he actually had a really good game, showing the range of skills, attack, defence and kicking. He'll just be gutted with that drop at the beginning. Anyway, Murray doesn't get the protection he needs, gets his box kick charged down, and the super sharp Cock, who's actually playing at 13 in this game, scores. So brings it back. So it's 38-31 to the Lions. So still very close here. The speed the Sharks have, pounce on all the mistakes, and I'm enjoying the game. But then George goes over for his second try. Lions are moving the point of contact all over the pitch. Nicely done. So they pull ahead 45-31, and really the floodgates open now. Great turnover from Harris. Then a counter-attack launched by Van der Merwe, breaking some tackles. Then feeds Watson wide, right up to the 1 metre mark outside. Then an inside ball again from Bigger to Watson, working hard, gets a nice try. He'll be pleased. He got on the scoreboard there, 52-31. And the Lions have complete control now. Sharks 14 men, plus they're starting to wilt a little bit. Not very nice. Good back peel on 62 minutes. Frees Wyn Jones, who's just held up. They get the 5 metre scrum. Nice little sharp tap penalty from Murray. Leads to Byrne going through a massive hole. 59-31. And the Lions are purring now. Lions attack from their own 22, coast to coast. Lovely skills starting to click. Another inside ball from Bigger to Watson. Makes a searing break. 50 metre break. 2v1. Converts it lovely to Curry. Good for Curry to get on the score sheet. Feel like he's in the tour. 66-31. And actually the Sharks have a good period of pressure after this. They get about 5 penalties in the row, leads to a yellow card from Murray, but it's some really good Maul defence, defending the drive hard, win a scrum turnover, then a big scrum from Wyn Jones, and Sinclair wins the penalty to clear the line. So that's a promising defensive set for the Lions. Then on 78 minutes, one of the probably the best moment of the game, unbelievable individual try from Anthony Watson, busts a couple of tackles, then uses his footwork and acceleration to roast the 15. Lovely try. The game finishes 71-31. Sure, the red card definitely helped them get back into the game, but they've learnt a lot of lessons. And now's decision time. Who goes into the midweek game? Who goes into that maybe potential test dry run team on the Saturday against the Stormers? Let me know what you think of this game and who should be in which team going forwards, and I'll see you next time.